This doesn't behave itself.
The beatitude here. Mount of Beatitude.
You are the only one there, so you better stand in the middle and facing, so take a picture with the...
It's actually the next site that we're going to visit, Tabcha. It's the same hill, but it's much lower. Okay? And this one was built in the 20th century, the church over here, because it was more convenient to build it here. You know, so that's why. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, the location. We're going to read now. This mountain, it relates to the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus was actually talking to the people.
Chapter 5 from verse 1 to 16, all right? Now when he saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. And blessed are those who persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and be trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand and gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. Jesus probably repeated, you know, this, I would say, message or gospel again and again and again in different occasions. But it is unique. I mean, imagine Jesus here, he already performs few miracles around. People already start to understand that there is something in this man. It's not just talking. And he's coming here and he preaches the people now. And I would say he gives them hope, together with the understanding that it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is supposed to be perfect. Okay? There is a hope. He comes to the poor people. It doesn't come to the rich ones. And he actually creates a new, as you understand, a new set of moral. Not expecting the people too much, but expecting them to believe and follow and listen and to obey and to understand that there is a reward where? Up there in heaven. And I think this is one of the unique things. He can, you know, he tells them you're going to suffer. You know, the prophets before you suffered, and you might suffer too. But don't look, you know, on the short distance. Don't wait and see, okay, what can I get now? Where is the money and where is the treasure and where is the, I don't know, everyone likes me? No. People maybe won't like you, and maybe people will reject you, and maybe you will be persecuted. But remember all the time there is treasure that is waiting for you somewhere up there in heaven. And again, I think that the poor people, all these simple people that were not used to even, I would say, attention, suddenly Jesus comes to them and he preaches them, and they feel that there is a truth behind everything, and there is really meaning. So I think it's very unique, and we can see also that people follow him again and again and again. Of course, We can see it even through the scriptures. Of course, each one had his own reasons. It's not necessarily that everyone were following Jesus only to hear what the beautiful gospel that he had to share with them. No, many of them wanted to be healed. Many of them wanted to be fed, you know. But still, they saw that there is a unique thing, and again, he proved it. Many people can talk, you know. Many people are great preachers. Many people can say wonderful things. Jesus proved everything, not only by talking, but also doing, the action behind it. And again, so the people saw him as the unique thing. And this is the Beatitude. It's a whole thing. You all know it. I mean, it's a long chapter with many, many things. Some of you asked me, how can it be that Jesus was here talking to, I don't know, a few thousands of people, and everyone could hear him? There are different I would say, theories concerning that matter. Some believe, of course, it matters where he was standing. If you have a place where he can stand and people can hear him, then of course, I mean the shape, like a theater. Today we're going to stand in Caesarea and you will see there is a theater over there. Some think that he was closer to the water, so the echo came back from the water, okay? Some other think that the shape here of the hills, it's also like a theater. So if you stand opposite to that, the echo comes back from the hills around. Some think that he was standing up higher and the people were down below so they can hear. We don't know. I mean, it doesn't mention anyhow. It just mentioned that he was preaching to, I would say, multitudes, many, many people all over. Basically, this is it right now. I would say that it is unique to see Jesus' character. Also later on, this is preaching, and he's telling them many, many things. I believe that many times people didn't really understand what Jesus is saying at the same time. Also his disciples, also his family, they didn't really get the whole picture until he died and resurrected. And we also see a unique thing that after the whole thing here, the sermon, he's walking down towards Capernaum. Now, Capernaum is not far from here. It's in that direction, down there near the water. We were visiting yesterday Capernaum. I would say maybe half an hour walk, you know, a short walk, a slow walk, not fast or anything like that. And we see that it says that the guy that had leprosy comes towards him after the Sermon on the Mount. And it says that Jesus healed him, and he told him, don't tell anyone. Now, if, just imagine someone is talking to a few hundreds or a few thousands of people, they say, okay, now I'm going home to Capernaum, and he turns and he starts to walk, and then he meets someone which has leprosy, and then he tells him, okay, I heal you, but don't tell anyone. It means that the people didn't see it happening, okay? Now, if you look at the landscape later on over here, we see that there is plenty of hills between Capernaum and this hill. It doesn't necessarily have to be that specific spot, but you can imagine that if there were a few thousands of people sitting here in one of the valleys, the moment Jesus crosses one of these hills that is leading towards Capernaum, everyone doesn't see him anymore. Now, also this guy which had the leprosy, what was the normal thing? The common thing that people, how would they react to him, you know? Stay away from him, but more than that, he himself, what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to shout, unclean, 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 like, don't come closer to me, right? Don't. Now, if he wouldn't do that, what people would do? They would stone him. Okay? People will pick stones, they will see a guy which is sick, you know, dirty clothes, looks terrible. They will pick the stones and start to throw stones at him. And you see, first of all, I would say you can see here both Jesus and this person. This person wants to get healed, to be healed. And I'm sure that normally when we even read the story that Jesus talks about the priest, you know, the Good Samaritan, you see what was the normal character of the people here. Even though they seemed very holy, they were very corrupted and they didn't really care about the people. They cared about their money, about their status, about their friends. This is what the priests were, the Levites were, the Pharisees, the scribes, everyone. Very, very hypocrites. And Jesus talks about it again and again. But this guy with the leprosy is ready to come towards Jesus. He doesn't shout, I'm unclean. He's coming, he's approaching. Now, I think that he probably thought in the beginning that there is a great chance that Jesus now will pick stones as a rabbi, you know, a smart, important rabbi, will pick stones and throw at him, because this was the normal thing that he will get, right? But still, he has the willing, he wants to come to Jesus. You know, he understands that he's unclean. but he understands that there is someone here that might accept him as an unclean and clean his life actually, okay? And release him from this disease actually that prevent him from being with everyone. Imagine a person like that, he had to be set apart from his family, friends, parents, wife, children. He couldn't come anymore to visit them, you know, to live with them. Imagine yourself, someone in your home that suddenly one day he find out that he has some problem, and that's it. He's being rejected from everyone. He's out there by himself in the mountains, you know. And he understands, and this is the beautiful thing, that he has the willing, and he wants to come to Jesus, and they understand that Jesus probably will accept him, and we do that Jesus, of course, does accept him. So you can see both the character of the person. I would say that it's very nice to sit as believers. You know, many times we do feel unclean. We do feel, you know, we are not perfect. We do feel unclean, but Jesus always is ready that we will come. Not to say, you know, I understand that I'm unclean. Sorry, I'm getting farther from Jesus. I would say Satan likes that. He wants us to all the time feel that we are unclean and not worth it to come to Jesus. It's the best weapon. Then you get farther and farther and farther from Jesus. But always remember, you are unclean, but there is someone that can always clean you. The blood is stronger than anything else. And Jesus is ready, of course, he accepts him, that's it, he's healed. So very nice, this whole concept. There is more concerted leprosy from the Old Testament, which is also very unique some points, but I won't enter into it right now. You can take 10 minutes.
Please silence. Please silence.
Put your thing of gold on. How come? Okay. Not very clear. This camera not so good. Huh? 昨天买的哪里可能？
Oh, banana trees below. Bananas.
This is a place where Jesus spoke on the Beatitudes.